Good morning, student. In my today video, I will discuss long question answers and hot question answer of chapter 2, bones and muscles. Question number D, long answer question, page number 19. First question is, why do we need muscles? Write the different types of muscles. Why do we need muscles? And write the different types of muscles. Okay, student. When I explain you the topic muscles and different types of muscles, at that time I explain you what is the role of a muscles. Our bones cannot move on their own. They need something to move them. So muscles are attached to bones and pull to make them move at joints. And we know that, student, we have more than 640 muscles in our body. And how the muscles are attached to bone? How the muscles are attached to bones? They are attached to bone by a tough band of tissues called it tendons. Muscles are attached to bones by a tough band of tissues called it tendons. So, student, our muscular system is responsible for the movement of various body parts. And after that I explain basic, what are the basic functions of our muscles. One of the most important property of our muscles, that muscles have contraction and relaxation properties. Muscles have contraction and relaxation properties. It means by the contraction and relaxation of muscles, movement takes place. Muscles also maintain our body posture. Muscles also maintain our body posture. Student, muscles maintain body temperature also. Our muscles maintain body temperature also. After that, I explain you that muscles are basically of three types: voluntary muscles, or you can also say skeletal muscles, involuntary muscles, or you can also say smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles. So, what is the role of voluntary muscles? These muscles control the movement of body And the most important function of this muscle is that this muscle is under our control. And did you know, student, where we found these types of muscles? These muscles are found in arms, legs, eyes, tongue, etc. It means while reading, writing, walking, or running, we use voluntary muscles. Voluntary muscles are under our control. And one more thing, when I explain you skeletal muscles, or you can say voluntary muscles, I told you that time also, here bones are attached. Is it clear? Bones are attached with muscles. Here bones are attached with muscles. And how the muscles are attached to the bone? By tendons. And did you know, student, tendons are found throughout the body, from the head and neck all the way down to the feet. And after that I explain you what are involuntary muscles. The muscles which are not in our control, they work on their own, and these types of muscles are found in internal organs. Is it clear? These types of muscles are found in internal organs. When we eat our food from the mouth, so how the food reaches into our stomach? So student, when we eat our food from the mouth, it is pushed by muscles from the food pipe to the stomach. The food is pushed by muscles, and from the food pipe it moves to the stomach. Cardiac muscles, I explained you, these are involuntary muscles, and these types of muscles are found in the heart. And what they do? They keep on pumping the blood throughout the body due to the contraction and relaxation of the heart. They keep on pumping the blood throughout the body. This is the complete explanation I have given you when I am explaining you muscles. Now, here is the question, why do we need muscles? Write the different types of muscles. So, the answer is, first I am giving you the explanation of the topic, then I am telling you the answer. Now, question is, why do we need muscles? So, answer is, we need muscle to move our bones. We need muscles to move our bones. Second part, write the different type of muscles. So, different types of muscles are voluntary muscles. And what you have to write in this? These muscles, or you can write, voluntary muscles control the movement of the body and are under our control. First point, for the voluntary muscles, you will write muscles which control the movement of the body and are under our control. And these types of muscles are found in arms, legs, eyes, tongue, etc. Second, involuntary muscles. Second one is involuntary muscles. These muscles are not in our control. They work on their own. These muscles are not in our control. They work on their own. And they are found in internal organs. And they are found in internal organs. Then third, cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles, write it. These types of muscles are found in the heart. These types of muscles are found in the heart. They are involuntary. They are involuntary and keep on pumping the blood throughout the body. I repeat it. These types of muscles are found in the heart. They are involuntary and keep on pumping the blood throughout the body. Now question number 2. What is a joint? Name the different kinds of joint. Sorry. This is a short answer question. We are discussing long questions. Question number 2 of long question is write the difference between movable joints and immovable joints. Explain with the help of examples. So student, one time more I give you the explanation of immovable and movable joints, and after that I will tell what you have to write in the answer. So student, when I explain you of movable and immovable joints, that time I told you the place where two bones meet, the place where two bones meet, that place is known as a joint. A place where two bones meet, that place is known as a joint. And how the bones are connected to the bones? Bones are connected to the bones by ligaments. Ligament help to hold the joint together and prevent it from being dislocated. Ligaments help to hold the joint together and prevent it from being dislocated. So, two types of joints in human body are immovable joints and movable. What explanation I have given you for immovable joints? Immovable joint is a place where two bones are joined together, where little or no movement happens. Where little or no movement happens. Its function is to protect the delicate organs inside it. And where we find these types of a joint? Between the bones of the skull, joints between the teeth. And what are movable joints, students? The joint that we are able to move freely in our body are called it movable joints. And student, where we find this type of a joints? These types of joints are found in the arms, leg, hip and shoulders. After that, I explain you there are four types of movable joints in our body. Hinge joint. This type of a joint allows movement only in one direction. And these type of joint are found in our elbows, knees, fingers and toes. Just you observe the door of your house. You will see it will move only in one direction. Is it clear? Then ball and socket joint. This joint, this is also known as, what type of movement it show? This joint shows freely movement. It allow movement in all directions. And where we found this type of a joint? In the hip and the shoulders. Then after that I explain you pivot joint. This type of joint is found in head and neck and allows side to side, upward and downward movement. Then gliding joint. This type of joint is found in the wrist and ankle. This type of joint is found in the wrist and ankle. Now student, why I am giving the explanation again? So that you are able to understand the topic in a much simple way. Is it clear? Now write the answer of question number 2. Write the difference between movable joint and immovable joints. Explain with the help of a example. Now, just now I give you the explanation of both the joints, movable joint and immovable joint. So after this explanation, the things are more clear to you. Firstly, draw a line in the center. On the left hand side, write immovable joint, and on the right hand side, on the top, write movable joint. First point for the immovable joint. What we have observed in this type of joint? First point, very little or no movement. Write it. Immovable joint, the first point is very little or no movement. And now under movable joint, write the first point, able to move freely. Movable joint means write the first point, able to move freely. Now write the example of immovable joint. Example of immovable joint. Example are joint between the bones of skull and teeth. Joint between the bones of skull and teeth. Now write example for movable joint. Example are joints of arms, legs and hips. Example of movable joint are joints of arms, legs and hips. Now student, come to the question number 3. Why there are 26 vertebrae in adult spine? Discuss. So student, I repeat the question, why there are 26 vertebrae in adult spine? Discuss. Student, when I am explaining you or when I teach you the topic skeleton, then at that time I divided skeleton system in two parts, axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Skeleton system in human body, when I explain you, I divide skeleton system in two parts, axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. So vertebra is a part of which skeleton? Axial skeleton. And we study axial skeleton in four parts: skull, vertebral column, rib cage and breast bone, which is also known as sternum. In these four parts we study the axial skeleton. And vertebral column is also known as your backbone, and this backbone is not straight. It is made of 33 small bones. That is the reason there is little flexibility in your vertebral column, or you can say backbone. So student, at that time I explained you there are 26 vertebra in our backbone. So what happens? In the early stage there are 33 small bones in our backbone, but as we grow some bones fuse with one another and we are left with 26 vertebra. Even I explained you at the time of birth of a child we have 300 bones, but as we become adult some bones fuse and the adult human beings are left with 206 bones. So student, Now note down the answer. Why are there 26 vertebrae in adult spine? There are, write the answer. There are 26 vertebrae in an adult spine because as we grow, some bones fuse with one another. There are 26 vertebrae in an adult spine because as we grow, some bones fuse with one another. Initially, we have how many bones? 33. Initially, we have 33 bones. So, this is the answer for question number 3. Now, question number 4. What is cartilage? What is its function? What is cartilage and what is its function? So when I explained you about cartilage, I told you what are cartilage. They are strong tissues and they are very flexible. And what is the function of cartilage? I explained you that time when I am explaining you vertebral column also. It prevents the bones from rubbing because our bones are very hard. Our bones are very hard. So the ends of our bones are covered with a thin layer of a cartilage which cushions the joint. And due to this, it prevents the bone from rubbing. Is it clear? Now note down the answer. What is a cartilage? Write the answer. A cartilage is made up of strong tissues. A cartilage is made up of strong tissues which are very flexible. A cartilage is made up of strong tissues which are very flexible. It prevents the bones from rubbing. It prevents the bones from rubbing and make us able to bend and twist our backbone. It prevents the bones from rubbing and make us able to bend and twist our backbone. Now student, complete explanation of long question answers I have given. Now open page number 20. Hot question. Don't write hot question in your copy. We will discuss, only discuss the hot questions. First question is, what would happen if there were no tendons and ligaments in our body? So student, when I explained you about the muscles, movement of our body, bones, movement of bone is possible due to muscles. And what are tendons? These are the bands which attached. These are the bands which attach bones to the muscles, or you can say muscles are attached to bones by a tough band of tissues called tendons. That is the reason. Another, ligaments. What is the role of ligaments in our body? Student, ligament, the function of ligament is that ligaments connect one bone to the another at the joint. Ligament connect one bone to the another bone. Now it is asking in the question, what would happen there if there were no tendons and ligament in our body? So student, if there were no tendons and ligaments in our body, then movement of our body is possible? No. So if there were no tendons and ligament in our body, the movement of our body is not possible. Is it clear? Okay. Now question number 2. Ram, while skating, fell down and broke his forearm. The doctor plastered his broken forearm. His broken forearm was in plaster for 6 weeks. How did the plaster on the forearm help to join the broken bone of the forearm? So student, in this question, it is asked in the question, what is the role of the plaster? If the bones are broken, so what the role play by the plaster? Okay. So student, do you remember when I start the chapter bones and muscles, then I told you the bones in our body are made of living tissues. The bones in our body are made of living tissues which have their own blood vessels, which help them to grow and repair on their own. Is it clear? In the beginning I explained you bones are made of living tissues which have their own blood cells which help them to grow and repair on their own. So student, our bone has great capacity to regenerate regularly. We just have to keep the bone in undisturbed position, and in the course of time it grows and the two broken parts attaches itself. So the plaster, what is the role of the plaster? So the plaster does the work of keeping the bone intact in undisturbed position. You understand student? It means the bone have the bones can regenerate, they can grow, but for to keep the bone in undisturbed position, that is the reason we need a plaster. Is it clear? I hope you all are able to understand the long question answer also and hot question also. So you draw the, in a homework you draw the diagram of rib cage, human skeleton, and draw the diagram of 4 types of movable joints, that is hinge joint, socket joint, pivot joint and gliding joint. Thank you student.